And we're live. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome. Welcome, everyone, to the first live stream of the actual race. Watch along. Hello, everyone. Hello, Alex. Hello, Francois. Hello, Jake. Hello, Freddie. Hello, Ventaman. Hello, Ollie. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Dingo, Zaylee, Akbar. Yatarth, DK24, Rock, Harvey, good to see you. Alvi, Melina, good to see ya. Tommy's cool, I am cool, welcome. Mario, Pharrell, Shivam, Francois, Han, Alec, Daniel, Tom Walker, great singer. How are we doing, everyone? Again, just like with quali, I'm going to watch the race. And for people who can't watch the race, you can watch me. Sometimes people will do both. I do have a delay, as always, on the feed. So, not ideal. But the thing that I see this as like a test, you know. Hello, Taylor. Hello, Owen. Good to see you. I like to see this as a bit of a test, you know. Because I haven't done this before. See how it goes. Because obviously it's a long race. There's going to be bits in the middle that's not... If I don't vibe with this by the end of it, then fair enough, you know. Obviously, I'll let you all know as best I can. I've got this timer up here, which should be that will go to 0 at 10 past, for a fact. So yeah, now TV delay gang, exactly, Louis, exactly, mate. But yeah, how we doing, everyone? Tomorrow. How are we doing, everyone? Also, did everyone check out Jimmy's 23-hour stream? Very good stuff. Donated a bit myself, and he raised over 70 grand for Mind, which is crazy. So, big poggers for Jimmy. Big poggers. Ricardo, what brand is this jacket? This is a Woodward jacket. It's little, what did it even say on here? Woodward... And then wherever Woodward are based, I think in Danish, aren't they? I've got it in sale at end, so yeah. 69,420 did it. Brilliant. I think I donated when it was just before 60k. So I donated this morning, but yeah. Anyway, what are we thinking for the race today, people? Because as always, it's not just going to be me. There will be some graphics that will be appearing here shortly. Of what we think. Obviously, takeaways from qualifying yesterday. I've got 2 drinks, by the way. I've got a lemonade and a water. Stay hydrated, people. 2 takeaways from yesterday. I mean, at the top, there wasn't really much to take away. Obviously, I was happy with Alex getting P4. Yes, the gap to Max was big, but then when you consider... they had to rebuild the whole car. It's always a lot to ask for a driver to perform as well on a qualifying session when they've had a big accident like that in a practice session. Obviously, it's his fault he had the accident, so it's not an excuse, but it does. I think it explains to an extent. Obviously, Bahrain is a very long circuit as well, isn't it? It's like one of the longer ones, isn't it? Well, the lap times were like 1:27s. When you think of like Red Bull Ring. It's close to a minute. Bahrain Oval will be probably under a minute. Taylor, you think it's going to be a boring standard? Well, I hope not. Bahrain tends to be all right, I feel like. Tends to be all right. Last year, Charles was winning and then he had issues. It tends to be okay, doesn't it? Albon to crash into Max and lose the Red Bull seat. I think Red Bull have made there's been some interesting developments that I feel suggest that they're going to keep Alex. I don't think, if I had to put money on it, I'd say Alex is keeping the seat. If I had to put the next bet on, it would be Hulkenberg getting the seat. I've explained why I believe this to be the case. I think the 2 main things is that Verstappen gets along well with Nico, And I think Nico will be a more compliant second driver. Because they're going to want a 1-2, aren't they? Whereas with Perez and Verstappen, you can't really call Perez a second driver, can you? You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. And obviously they've announced Alex as a charity ambassador with Red Bull, which again you wouldn't, if you were going to get rid of him, why would you do that? I don't know. The timing seems a bit odd, doesn't it? Oh, Jules, thank you for joining Friends of Tommo. Appreciate that, mate. Welcome to the club. Thank you. Now you have a green name and a little icon next to you. So, thank you, Jules. I appreciate that. Daniel, how do I think the next week at Bahrain will go? I'm looking forward to it, man. I think it's going to be sick. It's not a ring. Okay, that's like calling Canada an oval because it's shaped kind of like that. But it's not an oval. Just because it ends up looking like quite a simple shape doesn't mean it's a simple track, you know what I mean? Obviously, yes, it is a lot of straight lines, but I think it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Unknown, you know what I mean? Owen, are you almost 6 months membership, mate? Crazy. Thank you, man. I do appreciate that. Anyway, intro's playing now. Oh, should we have a look at my predictions, shall we? I think it's that time, isn't it? Hello, Race Mode. Check out Race Mode F1, by the way, if you haven't already. Great channel. I think it'll be fun. I think the outer ring will be fun. Adams, why would they keep Alex when Perez is a proven great driver? Oh, listen. I think, of course, Perez is a better driver than Alex. I don't think anyone's claiming otherwise. But there's more to it than that, isn't there? There just is. And also, like, for what Red Bull want. If you want a compliant second driver, if that's your main criteria, and you've got Alex or Sergio, who's going to cause you more issues, potentially? I think that's just one thing to consider. Why they wouldn't go for Sergio. Whereas with Hulkenberg, they've got someone who's not quite as good as Sergio, if you ask me, but still, I mean, definitely a more proven driver than Alex, for sure. I mean, that's not even controversial to say, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think Perez is he's a victim of his own success, you know, he's too good. But if I was a Perez fan, I wouldn't worry too much. I think it will take a year out, but there's no way, because the only reason he's not getting a seat is because this happened so late on in the season. That's the only reason. That's the only reason it's happened. Like, if this had happened at the start of the year when we knew Sergio would be available, 100% it'd have got snapped up, surely. And next year, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's going to happen for 2022, so I wouldn't worry. Yeah, Vision Gamer, exactly, I agree. Nico would be better than Alex. But, again, Alex is younger. I do think Alex has shown potential, for sure. He's shown pace. He's shown ability to overtake. He's much younger than Nico. He's part of the Red Bull driver program. You know, Red Bull is part Thai owned, and he is half Thai and represents the Thai flag. So, again, when you consider all of those things, you know. Anyway, right. Race prediction is what I'm saying. Nothing out there. Lewis, Max, Valtteri, Alex, Sergio. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Ocon will have a good race. I think Ocon will have a very good race. And I've kept Charles' biggest letdown just because he had a poor quali yesterday. He's behind Sebastian, which we don't expect, but he was. And when you consider that he should have won this race last year, I think he'll struggle to get in the top 10. That's my call. But there you go. There you go. Points for George Russell. I mean, we say that every week, so I'm sure it will come eventually. But I'm not gonna wish and pray for it because, you know, it's not doing him a favour. Anyway, right. Countdown is done. Well, the cars still haven't moved on my screen yet. Anyway. It's hard for me to kind of tell you where exactly I am. We're looking at Max, who's like going like that at the minute. And now we're looking at Alex. Visor down, good lad. Don't need our prying eyes looking at you, lad. Come on, son. Come on, Alex. Please. Please. In fact, I might actually get my little headphones. Because I usually can't hear what's going on. But I do actually want to... I do want to be able to hear what's going on, so I'm going to get my little cheap Amazon £5 headphones. Because they do the job. But I don't like in-ear headphones. Anyway, right. I'll tell you when the light goes green. It's still red. Oh, it's just hit. There we go, green. Green. It is green. It is green. Formation lap is underway. Right. Let me just plug these in. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully a two-stop. Hopefully a two-stop today. So there's one stop medium to hard or two stop medium to softs. That's the way it's likely to be going. Oh God. Don't want FOM to kill me. Bad enough they don't like me using F1 in my name, let alone streaming audio from the live broadcast. Right, here we go. One in. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Oh God, this thing won't stay in my ear though. I hate it. I hate in-ear headphones. I hate them. Oh my God, look, it just keeps falling out. I suppose you get what you pay for, don't you? Anyway, thank you, Freddie. I appreciate that you think I'm the best. I'm the best, mate. We the best music, right? Oh, right. Okay, this is my least favourite part of the race, the formation lap, because I'll just get very, very nervous for Alex. Oh, I wish I wasn't as big a fan as I am of him, of any driver, because I could enjoy the sport more objectively and just be genuine. I'm just nervous. I think it would be better if he wasn't having such a bad run of it recently. I wouldn't be as nervous. But yeah, we're on the formation lap, everyone. We're on the formation lap, everyone. Alex, shut up. No, he didn't. Formation lap time, people. Oh God. Oh, I'm so nervous. Tanisha, you get nervous for Lewis every weekend. Really? Why do you get... But it's like guaranteed victories, isn't it? The problem is, like, obviously, like, if you're a George fan, for example, like, anything above P18 is a bit of a win, really. But with Alex, because the expectations are so high and he's in such... We know it's a good car. Oh, God, here we go. I put this jacket on because I was cold, but I'm just sweating now. I'm cold, but I'm sweating because I'm nervous. Please, Alex, please, come on. We're talking about the dirty side, because obviously Alex is starting at the dirty side, as is Valtteri. But how's Toto just sitting there laughing? I suppose they've already won. It doesn't really matter to them. Oh my God, this is the worst bit. This is the worst bit. Please just start the fucking race. Oh my God. Come on. Right, I'm not looking at the chat because there's probably a delay. I don't know how much of a delay, but I don't want any spoilers. So Latifi's just taking his time getting set up. I will count down as we begin the race. Come on, Alex, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go, come on. Okay, Alex. Start was okay. Not great. Oh my God. Valtteri's gone backwards. Come on, don't hit Alex. Don't hit Alex. Yes. Oh my God, Alex has lost a position, but Valtteri's fallen like an absolute plum. All right. Perez is up there. Oh, Lando's got... Oh my God. Holy shit. Oh my fucking God, there's a huge crash, massive fireball. Oh my God, that was one of the Hasses. Shit, I hope they're all right. Oh my God, that's fucking horrific. That's actually horrific. Oh my God. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. It fucking exploded. Oh my God, I hope he's alright. Holy shit, that's terrifying. It literally exploded. Oh my fucking God. So it's Grosjean. Holy fucking shit. Oh my God, that's terrifying. Oh, fuck. Surely they're gonna... Well, they've red flagged the race. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I hope he's alright. Fuck. It's Roman, yeah. Roman's had a huge accident. He literally just... The car just went up in flames on impact. Oh my God, that's fucking... Oh shit, that is so scary. Fuck, I hope he's alright. Mate, yeah, the safety car through the pit lane just fucking red flagged the race, man. They're not showing the car on the TV feed, understandably. Oh my God, that's fucking terrifying. Well, it wasn't a super high speed part of the track because they just come out of that kind of, oh my God, that's fucking awful. But obviously he's got his fireproof overalls, helmet, all that shit, so I'm sure he'll be fine because it wasn't a massively high speed accident. But just great. Croft is saying he's out of the car. Which is good. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell. We haven't seen F1 cars go up like that since the 90s. He's fine. Fucking hell. Will we even be able to see? Oh, he's fine. He's in the medical car. Jesus Christ, Roman. Oh, he's fine. Fuck. Holy shit. Grosjean's trying to leave F1. Look, he's fine. That's the main thing. So we can... Jesus Christ. That is gonna... I've not seen an F1 car go up in flames like that. I can't remember seeing an F1 car go up immediately in flames like that since I started watching the sport. Genuinely. Well, Lando had caught front wing damage. Bad. But so this has done him a favour. Because it's red flagged. Everyone's in the pits now. Jesus Christ. Yeah, if this, like... The fact that Roman can get out of that car and just be sitting there and he looks okay, he's not on a stretcher or anything, like he's fine, says everything you need to know about the steps this sport's made in terms of safety, because fuck, that was terrifying, man. I mean, that's, people say like F1's boring and they always put explosions and not explosions until now. They always put accidents in the highlight reels and all that shit to get people who aren't interested. That one's definite. Oh my God, his suit is just covered in it looks like he's covered in dust. Wow. I mean, that must have. Okay, they are gonna. Are they gonna put him on a stretcher? They are taking him to an ambulance. But he looks. He's fine. Jesus Christ. Oh man. We still haven't seen a replay of it. Well, look, let's talk about, so Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez. So Perez managed to jump Bottas and Albon. Albon jumped, so then Albon, Ricciardo, Bottas down in P6 from P2. Horrific start for him. Gasly up to P7 from P9. Ocon P8, so Ocon lost position. Lando was P9. I think he started P9 though. Leclerc made a position up. Giovinazzi to P11. Again, Giovinazzi always banging on the start. Stroll P12, Sainz P13, so he made a couple of positions. Magnussen 14, Vettel 15, Latifi 16, so Latifi's gone up to P16. Raikkonen, Russell, Kvyat. So Kvyat's obviously had some kind of involvement in this. Oh my God, that was intense. Seb's still in his car. He's pretty much the only one, I think. We still haven't seen a replay. I don't know if, like, I'm sure they'll have the feed from the car, the live feed, but they haven't shown anything yet. Oh my God, that was. Yeah, they've got this. So just saying about marshals as well. We don't know if there were any marshals around there when that went off. Like, I mean, seeing that for the drivers is pretty bloody, like. It's kind of like, obviously, when Antoine died in the accident, it's kind of like we get conditioned to not really appreciating the genuine danger that this sport brings, all motorsport brings. But it's like, I mean, obviously, like, he's fine. That's the most important thing. But wow, like, that was scary as you like. But yeah. Nothing's happening at the minute. Everyone's just chilling in the pit lane. It's not. I do wonder why it's not. It hasn't cut to the replays. Oh, here we go. Right, race start. Right, so this is just the start. Alex has a pretty poor start, but not as bad as Bottas. Perez has a great start. Lewis has a great start. Just checks out as he always does. Right, there must have been some contact here. So Lando got clipped by the Alpha Tauri of Gasly. Here we go. Whoa. Fucking hell. The car actually split in half. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, so Kvyat. So Grosjean was kind of coming across and clipped Kvyat, and the car literally split in half. Oh my God. That is terrifying. Oh my God, and him getting out. Jesus Christ, that's like some. Oh my God. Wow. That is some post-apocalyptic images right there of him just jumping out of that fire. Wow. The car's literally. Oh my God. It's like someone's got a knife and just cut through the car. That's crazy. The way that car just split. Oh my God. Wow. I mean, they weren't going slow, not by any means, like, but they were in the first third of that little straight after the first kind of right left-hander. Well, no, it wasn't even that. It was before they got to so you got the first corner of the right and then the left, and then it kind of goes back to the right, doesn't it? And then you've got the Pirelli boards, I think, over the top, and it's just before those Pirelli boards that I think Grosjean got clipped, and that kind of pushed him into. Oh my God, that car is literally. Yeah, this race ain't starting again anytime soon, because that. Is that the car in the barrier? That is. It looks like the actual the part of the car that Roman is in, the front of the car, is like inside the barrier. And there was, a tyre came loose. Mate, these... Oh, my God. The car's literally gone through... It's like embedded in the barrier. Because it's just like a metal... If you can find images of this on Twitter, like... Oh, my God. His car's literally in the barrier. That is crazy. Mate, if anyone's going to complain about the halo, if he didn't have the halo, I think he'd be dead. Honestly. If he didn't have the halo... I think he'd be dead. I think there's no... Because the car is in the barrier. Wow. Let me see. I want to try and find some... I don't know if anything's on... That's so scary, man. That is literally terrifying. I'm going to try and find... If I open up Twitter, because I'm sure there's been images to show you all, because that is absolutely terrifying. His cars are literally inside the barrier. I mean, that's just I can't even. I know I keep saying it, but if you haven't seen it, like, hang on, let me. Where's my screen share? That's the car. That's the back end of the car. And the front, the car's here. The car is here. The halo is here. The halo is here. It's inside the barrier. I don't think we're going to get on board because it would have just been absolutely pulverized. I mean, maybe. That's what you see. Look at how straight that split is. Look at how straight that cut is in the car. Right. They're just putting some more replays. They're just showing some more replays now. Mate, that is... So I'm trying to see... Right, I'm watching Grosjean now. So Grosjean's... Oh, I'm not even looking at... That's actually insane. That must have been... I mean, to be fair, I reckon Roman must be reasonably grateful now that... So what actually... Why did Roman... to be fair... So Roman just moved across trying to find space because cars on the left-hand side were going slow and Kvyat was there and it just... Oh, mate. That is crazy. And you can see his other tyre flies over as well. Like where all the marshals are. Oh, God, here we go. Is this on board? Here we go. Oh, my God, right. We're getting on board now. We're getting on board. Oh, my God, here we go. I'm assuming it will just cut out as soon as... the impact, because there's no way that camera survived that. So, yeah, there's a lot of cars getting caught up. So he's trying to move over to the right to find a gap. Doesn't realise Kvyat's there, and then, it cuts out way before. Oh my God, man, that's literally terrifying. I think that's pretty. I think these images pretty much sum it up. Car split in half. He's in there. That's what we saw. This is what we saw watching. Just this huge explosion. This is him jumping out the car. And that's the back end of the car. The front end's just... Oh, mate. Well, How many G's? I don't even want to. The thing, it's not even. There's been higher speed accidents that have resulted in weight. It's the fact that the car explodes. It's obviously the type of barrier that it's gone into. Because look, if you look at the type of barrier it is these ones, right? You can still, hang on, I'm just checking. You can still see my screen. Yeah, these kind of barriers, right? So it's the kind of barriers you get like on the motorway side. You know what I mean? And obviously it's got this gap through the middle, so the car's obviously like wedged. It's got itself into the gap. But look at that. Look at this. I can't even zoom in. Look at this. This is crazy. It's one of those incidents that these incidents happen a lot. It's just the fact that it's happened there and the car has exploded. And obviously just the angle of hitting the barrier and all that has resulted in the car splitting in half, and that they're going to have to repair those barriers as well. Like, yeah, this race ain't starting anytime soon. I'm not really sure what to do now, to be honest, because I can't see this race restarting for another hour, to be honest. Yeah, what are they doing? What are they doing to the barrier now? They said it says they're cutting into it. Oh my! I mean, that car is literally just, and the fact he's walked out of that is a miracle. Like, Jesus. It's literally that the tub has like you say, Frank. It's like fused into the barrier. I mean, there's literally there wasn't any yeah, I mean, he's fine. He's I mean, as fine as you can be after something like that. Jesus. Well, this is the thing. Like we've talked a lot recently about, I did the video about the whole like drivers and their emotions, and Roman particularly was the driver. Literally, that car just looks like, that is crazy. But yeah, like we talked a lot about blah blah blah, like drivers overly emotional in here, like, and it's easy to be like, oh, motorsport's safe. Are we back? Are we back? I don't know if we're back or not. I think we might be back. Are we back? Can everyone hear me? Can anyone hear me? We're back. Oh, wow. I can't believe that's actually fair play, YouTube. I didn't realise it would actually recover. Right, I need to close some windows here. I'll close that one. I need this to open up. Hello again, everyone. Apologies for that. And not that you're missing anything. I've got this weird thing where if I have like too many videos open, right? So I'm going to put this onto performance mode. And I don't really want to be able to see that, but it's fine. If I've got too many things open, my laptop will just randomly shit itself. And everything will go like green and grainy on like both of my screens. I don't know if anyone has got any idea why that's the thing, like what the cause of that is. Like, it will only happen when I'm like, if I'm watching a YouTube video, it will just randomly happen sometimes. Is the mic does the mic sound okay? Oh, God. No, I don't want a desktop though. Come on. No chance. But anyway. Has there been any words on the race restarting? What crash was worse, Roman's or Tommo's computer? I think Roman's is probably a little worse. Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Yeah, has there been any words on whether it's going to restart? I mean, they're just going to be analysing that for... What if anyone was behind... Who was the furthest back when that happened? Because George had already gone past it, and then they're just showing more replays of it now. Yeah, we're going to see that replay a lot, I think. I mean, the barrier's done its job, and the car's done its job. It's stopped the car, but the G-force of going from what was still pretty quick to... Oh my God. Oh my God. They're just showing him getting out in like real time as well. Fuck. Oh yeah, the halo definitely saved his life. The halo saved his life. The car generally there. Both put him in that position, but also saved his life. Mate, that's scary. Like, he was literally sitting engulfed in flames, having to like take his belt off and all that stuff. Like, I don't know if we'll get any of the radio. That I would be fascinated to hear that radio. I would be fascinated to hear that radio between Roman and his engineer when that happened, because, wow. And they're just showing some of the drivers watch it back. Jeez. Yeah, they're going to give us a 10-minute warning. Going to give us a 10-minute warning from when it starts. I'm sure it will restart. But that's when it's such a... Oh. So he's on the way to hospital. They think he's got broken ribs. But when you consider, like, how bad it could have been. Yeah, and obviously, yeah, the going from whatever speed they were at that kind of what kind of speed do you reckon they were? Oh, thank you everyone for coming back. By the way, we're back up to almost 1,500 viewers. Appreciate it. But yeah, what do you reckon? Like, going from what speed do you reckon they were going at that time? For anyone else watching, probably 130, 140 maybe, something like that. I'd say. Yeah, and there's no way he's going to race the last two races, which is a shame, massive shame for Roman, because we know this is his last season as well. But especially if he's got broken ribs, there's absolutely no chance he'll be racing next week or the week after. No chance. Which is, of all the drivers, the fact that he's not going to be in a seat next year, we know that for a fact. That is pretty gutting. That is pretty gutting for him, isn't it? But to be honest though, I don't actually think he'll care. I don't actually think he'll give a shit right now, to be honest. Like, he'll just be grateful to be alive. Because, honestly... Right, so they're removing the old barriers now. Looks like they're just going to take that whole section out and then just put barriers back in. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we're not going to... To be honest, I was going to restart this stream later. But yeah. Jeez, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but who's gonna? That's an interesting point. I think we can safely assume that Roman won't race the next two races. We know he's okay, so I think we can talk, about other things surrounding this. Who would take his spot? Who's going to take his place for the last two races? Because I know they said like Gutierrez. I think he used to be a Haas test driver, didn't he? But I don't know if he's now. But you'd imagine it's someone through. I'm not sure. Because obviously Nico, but he's not part of that family, is he? He's part of the Mercedes family. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, the 100%. If you've just joined and don't know what happened, have a look on Twitter. Biggest accident I've ever witnessed as a fan of F1 in my lifetime, comfortably. Like the most dramatic accident. And the biggest, yeah, because that car's literally split in half. I mean, it didn't involve anyone else. But, like, look, you can talk about the accident at Spa when Alonso got yeeted over and the halo saved Charles' life that day, possibly. Yeah, they're just talking about it now. I mean, they're just going to analyse this continuously, aren't they, for the remainder of this? Yeah, like Pascal Wehrlein is Ferrari reserve behind Giovinazzi. Because it could be Wehrlein, because obviously Haas, Ferrari, there's that link there. I mean, seriously, for does it say how quick? I'm just watching the replay now. I'm seeing if they've got any like indication of the speed that he was going at the point of impact, because he lost like when he clipped Kvyat, it scrubbed off hardly any speed. I mean, I think I think it was Roman's fault because he just turned into Kvyat. I think that's quite true. Like having watched this. It's saying there's a bit of debris potentially that came towards him. But then he is turning right on the wheel. They're just talking about why he potentially moved over to the right. But it looks like to me there's slow cars in front of him. He's got momentum. He wants to maintain that pace and go around the outside of his teammate Kev, because he had more speed than Kev at the time. Well, look at that speedo. He's in 6th gear, so he's not creeping. And then just catches, yeah. Whew. I think, you know what, I think Roman's just like, okay, I think this is a sign that maybe I'm kind of done with motorsport, you know. I think that's a sign that maybe he's, yeah, I'm all right. I'm finished. You know what? That'll do. I've had a good career. I got very, very, very lucky at the very end of it, and I think, you know, let's just enjoy life and bake, and because Roman's the most wholesome man on social media. He's got his esports team. He's got lots of other things, and this is like his, you know, that's enough. You know, that's enough. Going out with a bang, quite literally, and we can say that because he's fine. He's got broken ribs apparently, which of course is not great. But look, he's got a family, he's got kids, he's got a life to live, and yeah. But man, that is crazy. That is actually crazy. The whole back half of the car is like, just is what it is. But then it's just split in half. It's just. Mad. That cell is just. It looks like it's been. I am so impressed. The fact that he's been able to walk out of that. I'm so impressed. Because you look at that and just think, how the hell could he just walk out of that? How? Oh, it's crazy. Well, it looks like I reckon we've got at least another half hour until the race restarts. I reckon. Yeah, I reckon about half hour. I don't really know what to say now, people, because we've got a while to wait. I do believe the race will restart, but again, it's not going to be anytime soon. They're just preparing. They've pulled out the old barrier, the section, that whole damaged section. They've pulled that out already. I think they're just preparing the ground now to then put the new one in. Oh, it's just mad. I'm absolutely astounded. I'm absolutely astounded. I would to say it's crazy. It's crazy that it happened in the first place. It's crazy that so they're replacing them with some concrete barriers, which Martin is saying that is arguably better actually, because I suppose because all of the energy, because he got caught in the barrier, all of that sudden, the energy wasn't able to dissipate. This is why F1 cards, when they have crashes, they explode very dramatically, because it dissipates the energy and it minimises the stress on the fuel on the cell where the driver is. But as well, beyond that, 100%, that halo saved his life. 100%. The cell around him kept him safe from the fire. He was engulfed in the fire. He was fully engulfed in the fire. But also because the car actually impregnated itself into the barrier, his head would have been gone. You know what I mean? Literally. There's been one thing actually. There's been a few incidents this year where we've been very critical of Michael Massey and the FIA, because we had at Portimao, was it Turkey? I can't remember, when the drivers were sent out with a forklift or a recovery truck still on the track. That happened. There was Charles driving a couple of laps without his seatbelt on. Apparently Kvyat did the same. This incident is not the FIA's fault in any way, shape or form. But what I'm saying is, this just the reality. We need to take this stuff seriously, man. Because, again, I've said this before, I'll say it again. There is only so much we can do. And I feel like today, that incident is that's pretty much the ceiling of what we're able to do in terms of protecting a driver going at 140, 150, whatever, miles an hour into a barrier, getting wedged into it and his car exploded. For him to walk out of that, I don't think there's anything more we can do, is there? What more can we do to protect the drivers? If that crash had been a bit faster, maybe he wouldn't have survived. And yet he's just been able to walk out of it. But there will forever only be so much we can do. And this says a lot that what we are doing is working, but sometimes you need, I think, incidents like this to just remind us, because you kind of get, it's like anything in life, you know? It's like, say you've come from poverty and you don't have any money, and then you first get some money, and then you're like, oh, sick, love it, happy days. And then you kind of get used to having money. And then you take it for granted. And then when that's taken away from you, you're like, oh, this is what it's like again. Like, the reality of the situation. It's crazy. The Ferrari's being stripped for some reason. They must have some damage. What are they saying? Yeah, literally, Ted is just saying that. Ted is reiterating that the Halo saved his life because of where the car ended up impregnated into the barrier. Sorry, Ted's just talking. Okay, so I was just saying that he thinks that because there's only a few bolts that actually hold the chassis to the front. It must have, yeah. I don't even know, to be honest. So Lando had a really good start, but then he caught damage on his front wing, and that looks like that was from Gasly. So they're just showing it now. So he goes around the right hand corner, it's fine, but then he's got cars on both sides, so he's got nowhere to go. It's one of them, the classic sandwich situation. But then, yeah, Kvyat just fell down. Here's Seb. So Seb started 11th. Now fell back to 15th. So Seb's going through. Makes the first corner. Charles is going around the outside. It's just cars everywhere. Oh yeah, so Seb had to get right out of it, otherwise he'd gone into the back of Norris, and then there's Stroll to his side, and then it all just happens behind him. Stroll had a great start as well. Stroll tends to have good starts, to be fair. Stroll had a really good start. But, yeah, he got pushed wide. He was on the... Oh, and then Vettel almost went into him as well. I mean, it's just crazy. Crazy. But yeah, I do wonder who's going to take Grosjean's place, because there's no way Grosjean's going to race the next... Well, definitely not next week. Especially if he's got broken ribs. That's not going to happen. And Carlos made a good start as well. Some good starts. Just get out of it and just wait for everyone else to... I would be fascinated to watch my face back after that happened, because we can laugh nervously now because he's fine. But geez, that was crazy. Yeah, I don't really. Everyone's just spamming Hulkenberg. It's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be Hulkenberg though, because he's not part of that family, is he? He's not. He's a Mercedes family boy. So I don't think. Do I think that's the worst crash for the Haas F1 team? I think that's the worst crash in F1 in my lifetime, to be honest. I think you've got Kubica's crash in the BMW at Canada, which was terrifying. Very high speed, very carried through, very visual of what happened. But this, the car just stops on a dime and explodes. You've got obviously, yeah, the yeet when actually was it Roman who punted Alonso, or I can't remember, or was it Nico? There's been a couple of times, isn't it, when someone's got punted over and gone over something. No, it's Hulkenberg who punted Alonso over Charles, wasn't it? I remember. Obviously, the Bianchi crash. The thing, like, yeah. Obviously, the Bianchi crash. This crash was like. Obviously, the Bianchi crash took his life, which just puts it beyond any. I mean, that's just crazy. Those images of him jumping out. Oh my God, this is mad. We're just watching him now, just like him getting out of that car. Oh my God. Oh, mate. Yeah, like that's the thing. Roman had to get himself out of that car. He had to get himself out. That's got to be. I agree with you, MV33. I think that's the worst crash that a driver has survived in Formula One. Because again, you look at you look at crashes that have taken drivers' lives, and there hasn't been the big explosion. There's been the impact and the fact that the car, again, like that kind of accident in a car in the 90s, wouldn't 100% long gone. Like wouldn't have even. You'd be like, okay, they're definitely dead. Like it wouldn't have even been debatable, or like you wouldn't have even, not even a sliver of thought. Oh, they might be all right. No way. But the fact that just the car just stopped on such a dime. The only ones the ones that are as scary as that are the ones where, sometimes when someone like can't get away, they can't pull away for some reason when the race starts, and then someone goes into the back of them because they're unsighted, or like that one we had at Monza. We've had some pretty hairy crashes this year, haven't we? But you got to wonder how this look, drivers know what they're signing up for, but also at the same time, like I said before, we're conditioned to being like, oh, everything, and he is fine, but when something like that happens, there's no doubt that that's going to have a bit of a psychological effect on the drivers, because that's terrifying, man. I think Martin said his visor was melted as well. I mean, 18 to 20 seconds between the impact and him getting out. That must have been the longest 20 seconds of his life. The longest 20 seconds of that man's life. Everyone, I'm gonna. We still don't know when the race is starting, so I'm just gonna go toilet. And I'll be back in. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. So stick around if you want. Again, we should know 10 minutes before when the race is actually due to restart. So yeah, I'll be sure to let you all know. But right now they're still recovering the Haas, so I don't think it's going to be for the next 15 minutes or so. So see you in a bit. See y'all in a bit. I'm back, everyone. I was having a shit. Well, I think has there been any update on when they expect it to restart? I mean, they're not in a rush, are they? Let's be honest. I still can't believe that happened, man. That's actually crazy. I what to say? What do I say? What do I say? What do I say? When will the race restart? I have no idea. This has allowed, obviously, this opportunity because Lando had damage, so they've been able to replace the front wing. Obviously, they'll restart, but Valtteri's restarting from P6. Thank you, Cole Bjorn. Worst survived crash was probably Häkkänen's sideway crash at 200 kph in Adelaide 95, causing 78 G deceleration and a basal skull fracture. Wow. But again, I feel like if a 95 car had that accident, there's no way the driver would have survived because of how it got wedged into the barrier, first and foremost. Crazy. Do you think... obviously, like, K-Mag's going to go to IMSA. I mean, this is the kind of... If anything's going to put a driver off driving, it's something like this, isn't it? You know what I mean? It really is. It's something like this. But that would just be so scary for the drivers, man. It's like, that could have been any of them. That could have been anyone. You know what I mean? Who was it who crashed at the end of Monza Straight? That was Ericsson, wasn't it? Who had the big crash at the end of at Monza because his brakes failed, didn't he? But yeah, Grosjean's okay. He said he might have some cracked ribs or something, which is, I mean, considering that accident again, if you had to guess the injuries from the accident, you would guess way more significantly than a few broken ribs. Let's be honest. But yeah, there's zero indication of when this race will be restarting, unfortunately. But of course, was it DRS failure? Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? Because it stuck open when he, so he had no downforce when he broke. That's true. Good point. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much debate on the Halo for a while now. I don't know about you lot. I mean, obviously, everyone's got an opinion on Twitter, so I'm sure those opinions manifest somewhere, but there's no way. There's no way. Surely they're going to restart the race. Yeah, we've not heard anything yet, but people are saying race over in the chat. But I'm not seeing anything saying it's cancelled. Not yet, anyway. I mean, why would they cancel it? Just my thought. Freddie, it's not been cancelled, so stop saying it's been cancelled, mate, please. It's still just red flag. Session stopped. But then I don't. Why would they cancel the race? Like, they've repaired that part of the track, but you can't just not race. Like, I'd understand if someone had died, of course. But look, it was a big accident, of course. But no, they're not cancelling the race. It's not happening. No, they've once they've got all that repaired, there's no reason why they wouldn't. You know, Roman's in the best hands now. You know, seems to be fine. But yeah, we'll see. I will let you know as soon as I know if. Yeah, I'm still feeling a bit shook up from that, to be honest. I literally when I was in the toilet, I was watching my back, and I was like, I think my eyes have ever gone that big before. Because it's just not something you're used to seeing in F1, you know. I've seen those kind of accidents in like V8 supercars and touring cars where like, you know, the thing is, you've got to remember, this is the start of the race, so those cars are full of fuel. Full of fuel. Full of fuel. There we go. They're full of fuel. So something like that happens at the very start. There's a lot of fuel that, you know, there's a lot of fuel to go up. There's a lot of fuel to go up. Yeah, exactly, Harvey. 110 kilos of fuel burst into flames. I mean, that's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. That's... How much do I weigh? I'm about 14 stone. I'm a bit chunkier than I'd like to be. Which I think's about 89 kilos. So it's like 1.2 Tommos of fuel just went up there. Yeah, there's not... I'm not seeing any fault on Kvyat's point here. Kvyat's just driving. He can see Roman coming, so he tries to move over, but I think Grosjean was at fault as far as I can see for this. Roman Grosjean taken to hospital with burns to his legs and suspected broken ribs. Yeah, I mean, no wonder. But again, the race suit doing its thing. Race suit doing its thing. Lewis is out on his little scooter. Scoot. Crazy. Has anyone posted anything on social media? Look on all Yeah, I mean, that image of Roman getting out of the car. Hang on. Although last time I went on Twitter to screen share to you lot, the stream died, but sod it. We're gonna try again because Tommy's just posted the image that I think perfectly surmises what's just happened. I mean, hang on. Screen share. There we go. No, that's the wrong thing. No, that's also the wrong thing. There we go. Got there in the end. I mean, if that doesn't... Look at that. Look at that image. Look at that image. Oh, I don't know when the race is restarting. I'd love to tell you, but I do not know. I have no idea when the race is restarting. Little Tommy's profile gets a shout out. Okay. Steiner, Roman is doing okay. I don't want to make a medical comment, but he has light burns to his hands and ankles. Obviously, he's shaken. I want to thank the rescue crews who were very quick, the marshals and the FIA people. They did a great job. It was scary. Yeah. Can say that again. You can say that again. I mean, that's just... He's here. He's here. He's at the epicenter of this. I mean, just look at that. Look. What's left of his car? There's nothing. Look at that. That's his car. Jeez. Just scrolling through all the rest of the crap on Twitter. Crazy. Again, sorry, no indication of when this is due to restart, I'm afraid. I would love to tell you, but I do not know. I haven't got a Scooby. But yeah, Halo intact. It is incredible, Tom. It's just ridiculous, isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I'm gutted for Roman. Again, like he wanted to enjoy the last kind of few races in F1 because he knows he's not going to be. But again, I think if ever there's a kind of, you know, if you believe in that kind of stuff, the heavens telling you to, yeah, this is the time, you know, going to end your career in style, then that's it. Here we go. Session will restart at 18:35 local time. So in 12 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Sweet. Let's get a little timer up. Come on. Where's my countdown timer? Countdown is done. Well, yeah, that's because I haven't reset it, have I? Let's all hide that for the time being. There we go. Hidden. Right, so 35, yeah? 35. 00. Start. Minimize. Boom. Lovely. Update. I'll put this into performance mode so my computer doesn't crap itself again. Okay, we have F1 racing will be resuming in 10 minutes, everyone. Oh, Folher, thank you. Folher, you're far... Stop it. You're far too good to me. With a $5.49 donation. Much appreciated. It's ready to restart. 3:35. Thanks to God and to the Halo, Roman is safe. Precisely. Because he's definitely got to look at that situation. I'm sure we've all been in like that situations where, you know, you think if you'd have moved a second earlier or a second later, you know, you could have been in a really bad... I remember once when... I was at Glastonbury. It's the first time I went to Glastonbury. I'll get to it. And it'll make sense as I go. And there was this truck like going past very slowly. And I wanted to get to the other side. And it was driving along. And I was like, okay, so I ran to the right to go. And I was like... Because I think some of my mates were at the other side. And I didn't see... As I ran past this one, there was a big metal girder with a really sharp end. And I was literally like sprinting, like ran to the right, ran left. And I felt it graze my hair. And this thing looked sharp as you like. If I'd have been like half a second later, that would have brained me, I swear. Like, that would have been crazy. And yeah, Roman's going to look at this and be like, wow, I actually survived that. Crazy. Also, thank you, Lenart, for the €5. I don't know how to call it a donation because I'm not a charity, am I? Like, I think that's a term that should be reserved for charities because charities deserve donations. I'm just a YouTuber. But thank you for the €5. Honestly, Roman might not be the best driver, but he is a good bloke and a stand-up guy. Hope he will be all right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's... You know, his performances of recent years haven't been at the standard that he set himself towards the start of his career, or like 2012, 2013 in that Lotus, he was quality. But yeah, beyond the point there. Chatting to Carlos now. Be interested to hear what Carlos has got to say. Just Carlos talking now. Yeah, it's the standard. Like, obviously it's scary, but once you know he's all right, then you know, kind of is what it is. But yeah, Bottas is starting P6. Well, again, Bottas had a terrible start, so this new starting grid is very different to the initial starting grid from qualifying. I mean, Lewis checked out up front. Perez had a great start. I think Sergio could be looking really good here. Because we've got Lewis from Max, from Perez, from Albon. Again, neither of the Red Bulls had great starts. As always. I told you. Actually, I tweeted about this yesterday. I said both Red Bulls would lose positions. Max didn't, actually, because Valtteri had such a bad start. But Perez almost got him. So I was almost there. But yeah, this timer, this is how long until the race restarts. So cars are to get into their correct grid positions on the lap to the grid. Okay, cool. So we'll be having a race restart here. So why are people saying Bottas P4? Why is Bottas P4? I thought it was P6. Oh, okay. What? Why is Bottas P4? What? People are saying Bottas is P4. Are you lying to me? Are you lying to me just because I don't listen to the race when I'm doing these? But why is he P4? Because they both went past him. Why is it? But that happened way before the incident. No. Alex 100% had passed Sergio coming out of that first corner, way before the red flag. So why is he starting P4? That doesn't make any sense to me. Because Perez had passed Bottas and Albon had passed Bottas into that first corner. We'll see. Whatever. Somebody's wrong. Someone's lying to me. Yeah, Alex started in fourth. Perez got past Alex, but then Alex got past Bottas, so he's still fourth. He must have misspoke. Yeah, he's Bottas P6, isn't it? Yeah, look, I can see the order on the side. Ricciardo P5 though. Fair play, Daniel. Did a decent job. As did Gasly, made up a couple of positions as well. Well, everyone's back in their cars now. 5 minutes to go, people. Oh. I mean, seeing that makes me as a fan, I'm sure many of you watching who've seen it, particularly seen it live, it makes you feel something as a fan, doesn't it? Imagine what it feels like to be one of the drivers, having seen one of your compatriots go through that. Crazy. Well, good thing I've got my other battery fully charged for this camera, because this ain't starting still for another 5 minutes. We've been here a while, haven't we? Oh, I'm sweating. Yeah, so look, so Bottas is already behind. He's in between Ricciardo and Albon going into that first corner, and then they both get him. So yeah, they're miles before that. Yeah, so Bottas is definitely starting P6. That kind of top six order is set. You know, there's a lot of drama going on at the back, and then obviously there's the massive accident. God, look, the fire marshal straight over. I mean, thank God that medical car was so... I mean, it's just so much time passes between the crash and Roman actually getting out as well. So much time passes. They just showed it there, like, live type, like, as it happened. So, like, yeah, that's what PDR said, was it 18 to 20 seconds? About 20 seconds he was sat there. Scary, man. But yeah, looking at Roman, it's just... Yeah, he just turns to the right and obviously believes he's far enough ahead of Kvyat that he's not going to touch him, but unfortunately, not the case. And Kvyat's probably looking in his rearview mirror, seeing this massive orange ball appear, and the medical car is obviously following behind, so the medical car can pull right in straight away. Because, yeah, that's literally, like, any longer than that as well. Like, he can't sit in that car on fire forever. Like, there is a time limit there. There is a time limit. Oh, my God, that's actually terrifying. But he's trying to get out, but the barrier's in the way. That's the thing. He's trying to get out, but... Man. That is wild. Those images are just insane. Airstream would have definitely made it harder for him to get out. Possibly. I mean, you still get out of the halo. It's in front of you, so you get out up, don't you? So maybe not necessarily though. I don't know. But yeah, imagine Kvyat seeing that in his mirror, just like, oh my God, like Kvyat didn't cause that. Like, objectively, Roman, it was his own making, that incident. Because he just obviously didn't see Kvyat, just thought he had the space to pull over where he didn't, but yeah, I can't see Roman, like, why would he put himself through this again? I'm sure his wife and his kids as well, like, I can't even begin to imagine how that must have felt for them. Jeez. Anyway, race will be restarting any minute now, which is good. Wait, so Bottas is P4 because they've judged it from safety car line 2. That's nonsense. I'm sorry, that's nonsense. So Bottas has got away with it to P4. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous, if you ask me. But there you go. Why wouldn't they just use a bit of common sense and be like, okay, why not just fresh restart? You know what I mean? Just like literally just restart the whole bloody thing. Just restart the whole bloody thing. So yeah, Bottas should be P6, but he's not. Angry Albon fan. Yes, because Albon's been fucked by it. Albon's lost a position through no fault of his own. I mean, he did have a bad start, but you know. Anyway, whatever. As long as we get a race and the drivers are safe, which, yep, here we go. Pulling out of the pits now. Race control. Cars are to get in their correct grid position on the lap to the grid because they've just decided. Stupidity. Yeah, look, but Bottas has already gone past Ricciardo. And then Alex is going to have to let him pass as well. So basically just Bottas has kind of got out of jail a bit there. Otherwise, yeah, so Bottas goes past Albon. So Albon has to start P5 now. Got a few more rejiggling. So Norris is up to P7. Gasly P8. Oh no, Ocon's P8. Stroll's gone up to P10. So Stroll's had a banging start. Science has gone up to P12. Interesting. There's going to be some other movements around. So Kvyat goes to P18. Oh, it's all changing around because everyone's like moving. Everyone's moving places. So we'll see. Gasly started on hards. Yes, it looks like Gasly's going for the one stop. Hards onto softs. And then the medium strategy is, I guess, medium and then 2 runs on softs. I could just see it being a one stop still though, and just go medium to hards. I don't know. Anyway, safety car went at the pit standard start. There we go. So the start position, so it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Bottas, Albon, Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Gasly, Vettel, Stroll, Leclerc, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Russell, Latifi. So Russell's lost out big time. He must have just had a poor start. Yeah, they've gone the starting order from a line somewhere, a period where Bottas was still ahead of Albon and Ricciardo, but because they were both either side of him, so it must have been very, very, very tight. Well, at least Albon gets to start on the good side of the grid. That's the one silver lining I'm desperately holding on to. And now we go through the most stressful part of the race again. But no, it's worked out good for Sergio. Could get a run on Max here because obviously Lewis is starting P1, but then Lewis just pulled away, didn't he? I don't know. Here we go. Here we go, people. Perez could well be P2 after this because Perez's starts have been much better than Max's starts. Perez definitely got the drop on Max at the start. Why Red Bull just can't seem to hook up their starts? Crazy to me. Oh, I'm literally sweating like crazy. Oh yeah, sorry, the countdown. Goodbye countdown. Here we go. We go again, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, come on, just start bloody race. I'm really nervous. Right, Latifi is still taking his time, taking his sweet time. Oh, Nicholas. Medical cars in place. Here we go. Here we go, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and here we go. Okay, solid, pretty solid starts from everyone at the top. How's Alex doing? Alex is around. I think Bottas is going to have Albon here. Yeah. Norris has had a great start. Go on, Lando. Bottas trying to go on the inside of Perez, but... Oh, Alex. Oh, my God. Alex is trying to hang it around the outside of Valtteri. Whew. Okay, Albon's right at Bottas's chuff. It's been pretty chill, though. Norris has had a quality start. Albon's got a bit of a run here, maybe, on Bottas. Oh, he's very close to him, but not close enough. Hamilton's checked out. Verstappen's checked out. There's a bit of a big gap now between Perez and Verstappen already. Oh, safety car. Oh, God, what's happened? Safety car. Lance Stroll. Stroll's had an accident. I didn't even see it. They didn't even show it. What has happened there? Oh, my God. Stroll's flipped. Stroll's car's upside down. He's fine. But his car's upside down. What is this race, man? What is this race? Why is Stroll upside down? He's hanging like a cat. He's fine. The car's not on fire. He's cool. He's talking to his engineer. Stroll has flipped his pink Mercedes. He did a Hulkenberg. Yeah, must have just got Must have just got wheels caught. Oh, you look at Racing Point and think like Perez is just getting all of the results here. Right, what's happened? So it's him and an Alpha Tauri. Kvyat. So Kvyat hit Grosjean, and then Kvyat hit Stroll. Whose fault's this? I think Stroll just turns in as if the corner's just standard. Kvyat's kind of in the inside. I don't think that's really Kvyat's fault. I don't think the first one was Kvyat's fault either. Kvyat's there, but he's got his tyres, like, he's not alongside, but Vettel's having a bit of a moan on the radio. Yeah, mad. No, I don't. I can see why Brundle said that's a racing incident. I get that. I understand why he said that. Another restart. I'm taking this jacket off, man. It's too warm. Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you can strongly say one way or the other. I think it's one of them grey area accidents where obviously like Kvyat's kind of got one wheel. He's not alongside. He's probably like a third alongside Lance's car. Maybe a quarter. I'd say a third. And then Lance has just turned in like he's not there. But then obviously, you know, it's like with Hamilton and Albon, their famous incidents, you know. Lewis has been on the inside and Alex has turned in. I would say probably slightly Kvyat more at fault if you ask me, but not by much. See, I've taken the jacket off now and I'm cold. Bottas bricking up debris. Will we see a full lap? When will this race finish? You know what I mean? When? Oh, Bottas has got a puncher. Yeesh. They're just showing Vettel's radio again. Why are they showing his radio again? Vettel's having a good little moan on the radio. So Bottas has pitted. So is Bottas going to be able to come? Is he going to be able to come back through the field? I don't even know. I don't even know if Bottas is going to be able to. I'm not sure. Don't think so. It doesn't look like it. Yeah, he's down in 16th now. Gone hard, so he's gone for the one-stop strategy, which makes sense. At least that's put Alex back in the position he deserves to be, quite frankly. Norris up to P5 as well. So Lando's had a quality start. I heard quite a few people being critical of Lando yesterday because obviously he P9 in qualifying in that McLaren new team. McLaren should be higher than that, but fair play in the races that he's had, as good a start as he could have expected, really, isn't he? I'm cold again, man. I'm putting this jacket back on. Sweat from nerves, but then it's actually nippy. Oh. Russell fastest lap, yes, I have spotted that. There we go. Lovely. Cushy. It's mad how Vettel's down at 15th and Leclerc's up to 7th. Charles has done a solid job. I've just got some crisps. I'm just going to eat them off mic. Still safety car. They're gradually getting the car off the track. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to where Bottas got the puncture. He was battling quite close with Alex, so maybe there was something there. Hopefully that hasn't caused any damage to Alex if that is the case, because they were both racing quite hard. Bottas didn't want to give up, but neither did Alex, which is what he's got to do if he wants to keep that seat. He can't let Mercedes walk all over him. So we're 6 laps in to a race that should have started an hour and 45 minutes ago. Sorry, an hour and 37 minutes ago. 38 minutes ago. We're 6 laps in. So the average lap time. What's the average lap time? Did anyone do that maths? Can everyone do the maths? It should have started at 10 minutes past 2. It's now 48 minutes past 3 in the UK. Pretty wild race, man. Well, people... who was it? Was it Taylor? Taylor, if you're still here, Taylor, I saw your comment earlier before the race started. It's going to be boring. Well, it's not been boring. It's not been boring. 21 minutes per lap. Or 16 minutes, is it? Which one is it? I don't know. Average lap time 30. You're all giving me different numbers, people. But yeah, it's not been a boring race. That's for sure. Max had another... those Red Bulls can't get off the line. Those Red Bulls just can't pull away. Max had another terrible start. Pierre Gasly had a good start as well, from on hards as well. Good lad, Pierre. Go on, son. Very risky. Yeah, and then just showing a replay of the spin. Not spin, flip. Almost doesn't flip. He almost doesn't flip. He could have potentially saved his race there, but then, yeah, the car was just like, nope. Nope. Round I go. Is it almost kind of... He just kind of digged it, yeah. Shame for Lance. He's had some very, very unfortunate incidents, hasn't he, recently? But, yeah. Stroll over. Stroll over. Stroll over. Come on, it must be restarting again soon, surely. And it'll be a safety car. Oh, yeah, because... Oh, no. So when Vettel had to get out of it to not hit the rolling Stroll, and then Magnussen hit the back of Vettel, which then broke Magnussen's front wing. So Magnussen isn't... Oh. Can't catch a break, can he, Kev? Stroll flipped. Still our rise, 4485. Thank you for the $2. 2020, please end. I mean, yeah, it's been quite the year, hasn't it? It just adds to the drama. I mean, obviously this year, whenever something dramatic happens, it's like, oh, it's because it's 2020. But this has been a particularly mad race. Particularly mad. Oh, yeah, we still haven't even had... We've had 7 laps, but we haven't had one actual proper lap. Like, there's not been a full lap in anger yet. Oh, and thank you, Daniel Beadle, for the $5. Kvyat now has the Maldonado seal of approval. It's a very similar incident, to be fair. Okay. So it sounds like Bottas it didn't come from contact with Alex, it just came from debris. God, I hate these headphones so much, I'll be honest. I need to find some good in-ear ones that don't feel horrific. Oh, well, we're getting at least another lap under the safety car as they get the brooms out and clear the old debris. You can't say Stroll without roll. It's very true. I'm just going to quickly pop to the toilet again. Only for a wee this time. See you in a bit. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap, people. Safety car in this lap. Yay! Happy days. Right, so safety cars burnt Mylanders, absolutely slapping it. Verstappen's making sure Lewis knows that he's there. Lewis is going super. Lewis, for someone who always complains about how slow the safety car is, he is creeping. All right, come on, Alex. Please have a good restart. Norris as well is up in P5. It's a great opportunity now, like always this year. Now that a Mercedes is out of the question. He's gone. Oh, Verstappen's... I'll tell you what, Verstappen's read that well. There we go. I thought Verstappen had Lewis has then ended up gapping him. I thought Lewis had actually had a pretty poor restart, but no, he's actually gapped. Charles is going up the inside of Ocon. Don't crash. Oh, Ocon, fair play. Ocon holds position, but Leclerc's got good speed. Wheel to wheel. Oh God, AlphaTauri's gone down. Charles locks up. Oh my God, please. Just no more crashes, lads. Just keep it clean, will ya? Jeez. Yeah, Lewis has already gapped Max by a second. Classic Lewis. Ocon did well there. Defended well. Oh, Ricardo late on the old brakes. Lockady-lula. Oh, what even is that? What is Lockady-lula? What am I talking about? Twat. Okay. Science now looking up the inside of Danny. No, not going to happen. Oh, Ricardo looked up though. Fair play, Carlos. Ricardo made a mistake there. Oh, Danny boy, come on, mate. You're better than that. Yeah, Daniel Ricciardo's not had a good start to this race. Down in P9 now. P9. Well, Max is just outside of a second of Lewis, but he's keeping that. He's definitely, well, Max is closer to Lewis than Sergio is to him. But obviously Lewis punts in fastest lap straight away. Come on, Max, just make this interesting. Keep on his arse. So Alex is actually, he seems to have got a decent little gap on Norris, and he's just outside of the gap between Perez and Albon is the same as the gap between Hamilton and Verstappen at the end of the day. So Bottas hasn't made up any positions yet. Sucks to be Bottas. It is lap 10 of 57 currently. Bottas is trying to get past Sebastian, but it's not happening. It's not happening for him. Not yet, anyway. There's a long way to go. It's a long lap. And obviously different strategies. So Valtteri's on hards. But then Vettel's on hards as well. Giovinazzi behind him is on mediums. So, yeah. Okay. So the race has kind of settled down a bit now, which I thought would happen. That was obviously, in terms of picking a race, Kvyat's under investigation now. for something with Leclerc, surely that means Kvyat and Stroll. Because it says Leclerc and Kvyat, but surely that means, yeah, they're nowhere near each other. That must have meant Stroll, but just bad graphics. Yeah, because it's saying Leclerc on the actual side graphic as well. Interesting graphics there from F1. But anyway, yeah, the race seems to have kind of just settled in. So there's quite a gap now between Albon and Norris, which I'm happy about. And he's kept that gap to Sergio. It's about a second and a half now. So pretty settled. Again, we don't know what different strategies people were doing. So Leclerc for the Vettel thing? Oh, no, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, this is what Brundle's talking about, the fact that the Mercedes isn't built to fight through the pack. It's built to qualify P1 and then pull away. So Valtteri's probably not going to have the easiest time today, which is not what he wants, especially after last week. Well, this is a great chance. Verstappen could quite easily get P2 in the championship. Could he get it today? I think he's got a good chance. Here we go, Max radio. Apparently Max's car's jumping around like a kangaroo. We're still keeping the gap to Lewis at 1.3 seconds, and it's been pretty consistent last few laps. So it's a pretty fast kangaroo, if you ask me. But yeah, Bottas isn't having any luck. Any luck at the minute. Here we go. Correction. Yeah, it is Kvyat and Stroll. It's not Leclerc. So they just obviously pressed the wrong button. When they meant to click Stroll, they clicked Leclerc. Which, is that an easy mistake to make? I wouldn't say it. But anyway, let's go through the order. So we've got Lewis in P1. 1.5 seconds ahead of Max. Then Perez is 4.3 seconds back. Oh, here we go. Carlos, vamos. Oh, Carlos. Move on Charles. But Charles is going to have a bit more speed coming out. That was a decent little move there from Carlos Sainz. Love that. Up to P7. I'll tell you what. Although Charles is coming back now. Oh, Charles is hanging it out there. Nah, good driving, lads. Good boys. Oh. Big bit of oversteer from Charles there. Almost corrected it into the back of Carlos, but not quite. And now there's a Renault right up his chuff. There we go. Ricciardo goes through on. So Charles is losing out there. 1 second, he's already. So he's lost 2 places. Damn, that was a great move from Carlos. So now we've got McLaren of Norris P5 and then Sainz in P7. 7. Decent. And now there's a... Oh, see what? Charles seems to have lost a bit of performance here because you've got the AlphaTauri of Gasly right on his chuff. Right up his behind. Also, Russell watch. Russell P12. George Russell's P12. Now, don't get too excited, ladies and gentlemen. All right, boys and girls. But Russell is P12. Okay? Also, Vettel's fallen down to the back, so Vettel must have had a... Please don't say he's spun. If Vettel was... No, I don't know what's happened to Vettel, but he has fallen... He's 3 seconds off of the back of Magnussen. So Vettel's obviously had some kind of incident. And yeah, Gasly gets past Leclerc. There you go. There you go. Well, Charles was looking racy with Sainz, and now he's gone from P7 to P10. He's trying to fight back, but here we go. Time penalty for Kvyat. Kvyat gets 10-second time penalty. So they've deemed him at fault for the Stroll incident, which I think is a bit harsh because they were both culpable, but I do think Kvyat was more culpable. So it's difficult, isn't it? Tomatoes. Is that saying even relevant for that? I don't even know. Okay, so Vettel's just said, okay, the car is undrivable. Oh, dear. I mean, surely something must have happened because he was, what, P15, 16, something like that, and then he just fell down. So he must have... It's not shown anything yet, but... Oh, Kvyat now is trying to get Leclerc. All right, so that's happening. So again, Hamilton, he's got 2 seconds on Verstappen now. Oh, God, we're going to see a replay. Okay, this is science. So I can't read through them when they're showing replay. That's a great move from science, to be fair. He persisted. Was like, I'm going to take this inside line, Charles. All right? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. That was a decent little pass. And then Ricciardo sensed his opportunity, got through. Pierre was smelling blood as well, got through. And then Kvyat eventually. Well, no, Kvyat's not through yet. Here we go. So, yeah, Verstappen to Hamilton's 2 seconds. Perez is 6 seconds behind Hamilton. So, Perez is, just over 4 seconds behind Verstappen. Then Albon's 2 seconds behind Perez. Then Norris is 4 seconds behind Albon. So, again, the Perez to Alex gap is pretty much the same as the Hamilton to the Verstappen gap. I'm not sure off the top of my head what strategies different people are doing, though, to be honest. Though. As Bottas goes past Latifi, that's the only thing for Russell. Russell's P12, but you've got to assume Bottas will get through eventually. And then Ocon to Norris is just under 2 seconds. Ocon to Sainz is 2 seconds. Sainz to Ricciardo is about 2 seconds. Ricciardo to Gasly about 2 seconds. This is just 2 seconds everywhere pretty much. Which I guess is the DRS train vibe, isn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah, I still don't know what happened to Seb. They haven't shown a replay or anything. He was like P15, something like that, and then just fell back, and now it's like 3 seconds behind Magnussen, stone dead last. So I have no idea what happened there. They haven't shown us. Fast forward your TV. I'd love to, Slinky. I would love to be watching this truly live, but unfortunately, now TV. Oh, are they all wearing gel like Freeze? Were all the Alfa Romeo garage people wearing gel like Freeze? Sick. I love that. Asics, gel like Freeze. I feel like they're all wearing, I don't know. I didn't get a good enough look. Oh yeah, Kimi's front wing is not in a good, oh dear. Surely they should have pulled him in there. That's going to fall off. Surely they need to just write strategy. He's on mediums, so maybe stick him on hards now, but get that front wing off because that can't be doing him any favours, and that could cause a big accident for Kimi. I mean, his pace still seems all right, but that front wing is hanging like a cow, as Nico would say. How much delay do I have? I don't know. I don't know how much delay I have, to be honest, because there's not a... I mean, we're on lap 15 as I'm watching it now, with Russell, Kimi and Bottas on screen. But yeah, I'm not sure. Surely they've got to pick Kimi. Come on. Surely. Just do a different strategy. He must be losing time. Even if he's not losing time, like, that wing could quite easily fall off and then destroy his race. And yeah, Leclerc, again, Ferrari, just bad Ferrari pace. I mean, we still haven't seen if... There must have been an incident for Vettel to have fallen, dropped 3 places and gone 3 seconds behind Magnussen, just like that. But he hasn't shown us anything, so... But yeah, I reckon I've got about a 30-second delay to the best, most live feed that exists, which is probably like Sky Q or something like that. They're not putting him in? No? Are they? No, they're not putting him in. I mean, that's risky. That's very risky from Alfa Romeo, keeping him out, because that is sparking on the main straight. That front wing is sparking on the left hand side. Yeah, they're like, no, stay out, Kimi, stay out. So lap 16, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Norris, Ocon. I mean, to be fair, although is that Giovinazzi on Latifi? That is Giovinazzi on Latifi. Okay. You can tell that the race has settled down a bit because we're looking at 15th versus 16th. But yeah, Hamilton's gapped Verstappen by 3.2 now. And then Perez is a further 5 seconds back from Verstappen. Albon's a further 2.5, 3 seconds back from Perez. Norris is about 6 seconds. About 5.5 off of Albon. Ocon, Sainz, Ricciardo, Gasly, Leclerc, Kvyat, Russell, Raikkonen, Bottas, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Vettel. There you go. I mean, Perez is driving a very, very solid race there. Ferrari Twitter said he spun. Interesting. Yeah, I guess they don't want to show any more Seb spins this year. Just saying. Just saying. A Merc in traffic can't overtake a damaged Alfa Romeo. But again, easy to criticise Bottas on this, and I get it, but... Okay, Ricciardo's pitted. But that car isn't built to overtake. Now, obviously it can, but it's not optimised for that, you know. I feel like it's particularly affected by aero wash and all that stuff. Got Sensations. Great crisps. Very, very good crisps. Russell P11 now. Georgie boys P11. Just want everyone in front of him to pit and then the race to be red flagged and cancelled. That would be great. So Bottas is still struggling to get past Raikkonen here. But anyway, lap 18 now. Hamilton from Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Norris, Ocon, Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc, Kvyat. As Ocon pits, Russell, Raikkonen, Bottas, Latifi, Giovinazzi, Magnussen, Vettel, Ricciardo. Stroll, Grosjean, obviously both out. So both the Renaults have pitted early. Ocon goes on to mediums. What did Ocon start? He must have started on softs then. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Kvyat's taking his time penalty. 10 seconds, so they're just chilling. And then off with his softs. And on with some... bad stop for Kvyat. Bad stop at the back. As the Alpha is released almost into the side of Kvyat. Raikkonen both... Yeah. Okay, so Kvyat gets out just ahead of Raikkonen. They obviously changed Raikkonen's front wing. Surely. Because that was hanging like a cow. I've got to be honest, I think the Alpha has grown on me in terms of like good looking cars. The AlphaTauri I still think looks like a fridge. I'm sorry, I don't understand the hype. But I think that Alfa Romeo, good looking car. Good looking car. If I had to redo my livery tier video thing, then it would be higher. Ocon gets past Vettel. So Ocon, he's already ahead of Vettel, and Ocon's pitted, and Vettel hasn't. This Ferrari is just so hot and cold. Like, Seb's got no pace. He must have an issue, because Ricciardo's about to just drive around him, like nonchalantly as well. Seb must have an issue, because that car's a dog. Anyway, Norris in pits. Comes out of pits. Where's he gonna... He's gonna re-enter. Oh, alongside Giovinazzi. And, okay, behind Latifi. So he's in a... Interesting, okay. So Russell P8. George Russell P8, everyone. As Lando quickly dispatches of Latifi. There we go, that was pretty simple. I think, actually, the McLaren has grown on me as well as a piece of car livery design. Much better than I thought it was at the start of the year. The Williams has got worse because they've added loads of black to it. I don't understand why. But anyway, looks like... Yep, Lewis is in the pits. Here we go. Come on, Mercedes. Mess up a pit stop. Make it interesting. Please, come on. Lewis has won his title. Okay. Greatest of all time. Sweet, it's fine. No, perfect pit stop. There we go. Classic Mercedes. Not the fastest, but just consistent. They just never put a foot wrong, do they, in the pits? Anyway, Albon's in pits as well. So 2.4 second stop for Lewis. Alex Albon pits. Mediums go on. So he started on soft, so he's going soft medium. 2.1 second stop for Alex. Decent. And he's going to come out in clear air, which is good. Behind Charles, but ahead of Russell. There we go. Oh, he's got his boy Russell behind him. Come on, Alex. So far, so good. P4. You could argue, but again, that racing point is pretty close to that. I feel like the racing point is closer to the Red Bull than the Red Bull is to the Mercedes this year. So, but yeah, there's no way. Like, Perez is having a banging race, comfortably P2. Obviously, Hamilton's pitted, but comfortably P3. Like, I can't see it not being Lewis from Max from Sergio, this top three. I really can't. But oh, here we go. Oh, Renault locks up, going through the inside of who's this? Giovinazzi. Ricardo gets Gio. He's not hanging about. As Ocon, so the Renault's pitted early, but then they've got a lot of traffic to have to get through. But I don't know, will it still work out? Because obviously they're picking up a bit of DRS, which is helping them out. Max is in the pits now. Come on, good stop. Yeah, that was all right. Max has gone on to hards. Interesting. So different strategies. Although I can't remember, did both Red Bulls start on? I don't know, because Max has just gone on to hards. I feel like Max started on mediums and Alex started on softs. Is that correct? I'm not sure. But yeah, Hamilton's back in the lead. Perez has pitted. He comes out now. So Perez is also... So Perez and Max are matching strategies here. Vettel's coming into the pits. Again, Leclerc's up in P6, which is very solid. Russell, as Russell's pit stop gone. Oh no, I think Russell's had a bad pit stop. What? The timer just, I don't know. Did Russell have a bad pit stop? The timer hasn't told us how long his pit stop was. Did Russell have a bad pit stop? I don't know. Obviously, we know that. So the Latifi ahead of him, Latifi's not pitted. Magnussen's not pitted. Bottas hasn't pitted, apart from. No, he has pitted, but that you know what I mean. He's not a regular pit stop. But then he's got a different. Yeah, I feel like Russell's pit stop wasn't very good because the time wasn't even coming up. There we go. Science will be boxing soon. Boxing soon. Learn to speak, Tommo. It's meant to be your bloody job, mate. Jeez. Russell had good... Okay. I don't even know if Russell had a good stop or not. I can't tell you. Sorry. I ain't got all the answers, Sway. Right. As Max goes past... Oh, no, it's Alex going past Charles. Hey, go on, the Alex. I could only see the white on the helmet, so I thought it was Max, because Max has got the white helmet, hasn't he? And Alex has got like the navy one. Go on, the Alex. Charles didn't even make him work for it either. That's good friendship, that is. Charles was like, I'm not in the same race as you, mate, so I ain't going to hold you up. All right? Support your boy. Do I think Albon will get a podium? Probably not, because I think Perez is just driving a steamingly good race. Gasly's still out. So Gasly was on hards at the start of the race, so he's doing a different strategy here. He started on hards, and he's still on hards. P3 Gasly will probably be going on to mediums at some point, but not for a while. So he's going to make Sergio. He's going to make Sergio work for it, which fair enough. Fair enough. Lando is currently P8. He has stopped twice, and Gasly and Leclerc, both ahead of him, have not stopped yet. So yeah, and Bottas has stopped. He's obviously doing a different strategy now, but he stopped because he had a puncture. So we're 23 laps gone of 57 in total. Chat. Again, Verstappen fastest lap. There you go. Right, Perez looks like he's going to take Gasly here. Yep, on the straight. Pretty easy work. Okay. Albon's now cashing up to Gasly. Gasly, if you hit Alex, I'm not going to be your friend anymore. Max saying we have nothing to lose here. Let's go full send. It's true. It's true, to be fair. Red Bull don't have anything to lose, you know. Constructors P2 is set, so Max wants to go for it. You might as well, you know. Make the turn the lack of having to worry into a positive, you know. All right, Alex is catching up to Pierre here. Come on, Alex. Get him. Get him. Get him. Show the world that you are the man for that seat. Oh, Charles locks up filthily on that front left medium. And Merc has nothing to gain. It's true. Merc has nothing to gain. That is true. That is true. But again, that could go in Red Bull's favour. But Hamilton still, he's got 5 seconds over Max. Max is going quick, but I don't think he's going quick enough. There's Albon now on Pierre's chuff. Now, this was role reversal, wasn't it? Last year, Pierre in the Red Bull. Now, if that happens again, I might just cry on stream. As when Alex jinked left, when Pierre jinked left, Alex went into the back of him. No, Pierre's not making it. No, Pierre's not racing him hard this time. There we go. He's not raced him too hard. Thank you, Pierre. Alex moves up to P4. Go on, Alex. I mean, Sergio's in sight, and they're on different strategies, Alex and Sergio. So, yeah, I don't know. Also, Russell watch. Russell is currently P13. So, again, he's going to need a few retirements, I think, Russell. But, again, when you consider that car, and he's ahead of both Alfa Romeos, he's ahead of Daniel Kvyat, obviously. He's ahead of his teammate, obviously. And he's ahead of Vettel, obviously. All good so far, to be fair. Would be a shame if he raced him hard. Oh, brilliant. Right. Anyway, Bottas is in P6. But again, he's on hard, so he's going for a long stint and then some probably absolute filth on the softs towards the end. I think I didn't hear the radio, but I feel like that's probably going to happen. But anyway, Lando's on the charge. Coming up to Valtteri. Let's stick one of these headphones in. Ooh, I hate in-ear headphones, man, so much. I know I've said this a million times before, but I really do hate them. Podium is set. Yeah, I feel like that top 4 is very unlikely to change. I think P5 and down is up for grabs, you know. But here we go, Lando on Valtteri. Who needs Mercedes? Look at that. McLaren passes a Mercedes on track. Go on the Lando. Lando's doing a very, very good job. Very good job. Very good job. 2 Renaults are doing all right as well. Ocon 8th, Ricciardo 9th. Decent. So we've got Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Gasly, who hasn't stopped yet. Norris, Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo, Sainz, Magnussen, Leclerc, Russell, Kvyat, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Latifi. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how it is. I'm going to have another sensation crisp. Let's move this away so you can't hear me eating. I know people don't like it when you can hear people eating on stream. So I respect your ears, you know. I'm that good. J. Paul, this is boring. It is a bit, isn't it? This is why I wanted to try this, because I haven't streamed during a race before. And obviously, I'd like to add some more graphics and stuff like that. I've seen how like the F1 Word does it, and he has like the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship and all that like coming up like kind of here on the screen. But is that going to make a stream interesting when I'm just watching it? Qualifying's good because qualifying's short, jam-packed. There's a lot of action going on. Sainz goes past Ricciardo there, by the way. Good move from Sainz. So he splits the Renaults. So you got Norris, Ocon, Sainz, Ricciardo. So in terms of, again, Racing Point are going to miss out points because of Stroll, but Perez picking up probably a P3 in this race. Will probably still keep them third in the Constructors' title, I imagine. A good day for McLaren. 5th and 7th, you know. But yeah, Ocon's looking decent. To be fair, let's go back to my main graphic. In terms of who I said would be biggest surprise, I think Ocon up in P6 could definitely beat... Why is the countdown thing still there? Go away, countdown. Ocon up in P6 could be a shout for that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway. Shall I keep this screen up? I'll keep the screen up. It's a bit more interesting, isn't it? You know what I mean? So Russell is P12. Bottas did pit. So... Oh, here we go. Sainz is getting Ocon. Yep, Sainz got Ocon. Well played, Carlos. So McLaren 5 and 6 now. Good day to be a McLaren fan. Good day to be a McLaren fan for sure. But above that, yeah, that's, the top four is looking pretty static. Bottas goes past Russell. Boo. Boo indeed. Bottas' biggest letdown. I mean, to be fair to Bottas, it wasn't his fault he had to pit. And now that's put him right at the back. Has he cut through as quickly as we would expect? No. Granted, and that is his fault. Because as much as the car isn't built for overtaking, it is still the fastest car out there. Oh, makes the move on K-Mag. Nice little move there from Valtteri. Didn't make it hard for him because there's no point, is there? But yeah. Do, 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 do. You know the race isn't that exhilarating when we're just watching Lewis do laps. But again, like credit to Max as well. He's keeping that gap not small, but he's keeping it respectable. 4 and a bit seconds. You know? I do think like Perez is in the third fastest car. I feel like the pace that Perez is able to extract out the Racing Point is pretty much level with the pace that Albon's in. Again, a car that the Red Bull definitely has a higher ceiling, as Max proves, a higher ceiling than the Racing Point, but because it is an arsehole to drive, whereas the Racing Point, it does seem to be a much more planted car. No pun intended, because of course Stroll rolled in a car that I've just called planted. But there you go. Mag's fallen right back, so K-Mag must have had an incident, surely. Because he's now 17 seconds off the back of Latifi, where, yeah, he only got passed by Bottas like a little while ago. What's happened to Magnussen then? Oh, did he pit? Oh, fair enough. Antonio Giovinazzi, what's gone on here? Oh, the 2 Alfa Romeos. Oh, okay, it's just, yeah. Giovinazzi's overtaking Raikkonen. Fair play. I think Antonio's done a solid job. I don't think you can ask really much more from him at the moment in that car. I think he's outperforming Raikkonen right now, for sure. It is lap 29 of 57, so we're just over halfway through. Just over halfway through the race. We still haven't heard anything about Roman, so I'm assuming everything's fine because, again, it was just minor burns. Interesting. So Daniel's behind Esteban, and Daniel's questioning why are they racing each other, which is a fair point. Oh, yep, Ocon lets him past. There we go. Daniel is let past. Team orders by Esteban Ocon. Interesting. So it sounds like they're saying that they expected Ocon to be faster because he's on the better tyre, he's on the medium, Ricciardo's on the hard. But then Ocon's done 31 laps on that medium. Oh, so Ocon hasn't pitted yet, has he? I feel like he has. Oh, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore, people. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, lap 30 of 57. Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon. I don't expect that to change. And to be fair, Norris, Sainz, I think Norris is a pretty safe P5 here, unless it we get another Woken incident. And then Sainz, Ricciardo, Ocon. Again, I don't. It's hard to say because obviously a lot of this strategy will come to the fore. Yeah, I know, 31 laps on the 30-lap race. It's just what the graphics are telling me, people. I'm like Anchorman. I just read what I'm told. But yeah. Anyway, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Norris, Sainz, Ricciardo, Ocon, Gasly, Vettel, Leclerc, Bottas, Russell, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Raikkonen, Latifi, Magnussen, Stroll, and Grosjean. Is our running order? People? Verstappen can still win. To be fair, it's 5 seconds. It's 5 seconds, not a huge gap. Albon's gap as well to Perez, 4 seconds. 4.5. It just depends on strategy. Again, Perez and Albon are on different tyres. I believe, I'm not sure if Verstappen and Hamilton are on different tyres. I'm not sure. But whenever there's a difference in tyres, there's always the potential for things to get a bit mixed up. But Albon's got a big gap to Norris, 13 seconds. So I reckon that P4 is pretty safe for Alex, which I'm happy about. Here we go, Sebastian. What's going on here? We're seeing an Alfa Romeo lock up by the looks of it. Very, very interesting. Here we go, Bottas on Leclerc here. Into the first corner. Who do I think should get driver of the day? I mean, obviously people are going to give it to Roman, aren't they? Which, I mean, the race hasn't been that interesting, so I don't think there's a massive standout performer. Really? No one's really stood out. I feel like both the McLaren boys, to be fair, Sainz started P15, now P6. Lando started P9, now P5. Very good. But other than that, I mean, Sergio, again, obviously, we kind of expect it of Sergio, but it is for him to be kind of sitting pretty comfortably in P3 is, I think it's more in Sergio's credit than it's against Alex, if you know what I mean. Because we know Perez is very in tune with that car. And yeah, what an L that is from Racing Point, dropping him, not going to lie. Science driver of the day, potentially, maybe. I mean, Perez would be up there as well. Lando maybe. But again, I think Sainz has come back from P15. You know, that incident yesterday completely out of his control. For him to recover this performance and get a P6, I think he can be very happy with that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do another one of these streams of the actual race. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. As much as I've enjoyed, I appreciate you all taking the time. I really do, coming to watch. But in terms of like, and I still plan on doing my live stream tomorrow, talking about the race. But then again, because I've sat and watched the whole race with you, does that devalue, me doing the recap tomorrow that I usually do? I don't know. I'm not sure yet, people. I'm not sure yet. But there's going to be a lot of changes next year. Positive changes for the channel. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I was so annoyed when I saw Stroll upside down because I just wanted to race. I know what you mean. Cody Kodap, you like? Oh, I'm glad you like it, Cody. Is it just coincidence that you're named similar to Cody Ko, by the way? Because I love Cody Ko. He is jokes. But anyway, at this rate, okay, so as things stand, Verstappen will be 9 points behind Valtteri. That gap between Lewis and Valtteri is just a joke. And it just always is, isn't it? Let's just be honest. But here we go. And that's with Bottas only picking up 1 point. So if Bottas doesn't pick up any points and Max finishes where he is, then there's an 8 point gap. But Bottas is picking up a point as things stand because he's in P10. Tyre graphics are back. Oh, good. Oh, good. Watch a bit of Sergio just on his own. Literally, Sergio just... Well, no, Alex is... Where's Alex? Okay, yeah, he's pretty much on his own, isn't he? Yeah, there's Alex, yeah. It's about 4 seconds back. But again, I think Alex is obviously just racing his own race. Got no one around him to worry about, just punching in those laps, conserving those tyres. Obviously, we know how good Sergio is on tyres. So I would assume that, again, Sergio is going to convert this because Sergio is exceptionally good on his tyres as well. What excuse does Bottas have? Well, Bottas picked up debris on the first proper lap after the restart, which wasn't his fault, which then put him back to P16, I think. So he's had to claw his way back through. Why are we getting a replay on Lewis? Oh, it's just some slow motion of Lewis's tyres. Talking about vibration. Great. I mean, that right front is grained tay. Fuck. That is well grained. But I'm not sure. So they're split. So, oh yeah. So they are different strategies. So Verstappen's on the hards. So this could be interesting towards the end because, yeah, Verstappen's on the hards and he's going to make them hards last till the end of the race, I imagine. Oh. Verstappen's in the pits. Ignore me. I'm full of crap. He's put another set of hards on. Interesting. Oh no. That car sat there for ages. What happened there? I will put my headphones in and listen. Oh. 5 second pit stop for Verstappen. Now Albon's coming in. Come on, no 5 seconds for you this time, please. So Verstappen goes on to hards. 2.1s for Albon. So Albon's laughing, but bad pit stop for Max. Yeah, that's I think spoiled any chance of Max winning this race. That's the thing with Red Bull. When you're that highly strung, when you optimize that much, you are arguably more likely to make a mistake. Oh, Red Bull. Boring race. Yeah, it's not the most exhilarating race, is it? We got all the excitement out of the side. Daniel, maybe Red Bull prefer Alex over Max now. Hey, maybe it's Max getting replaced, you know? Okay, Lewis is in. So Lewis has reacted to Red Bull pit stop. Come on, Mercedes. One bad pit stop of the year. Just make it now. No, of course I don't. Of course, what am I talking about? What's the point? It's fine Red Bull doing 1.9s every now and then, but they'll also have a 5 second. Mercedes will just be 2.5 seconds every single bloody time. How long was that one? It's not even. Why are you not showing me on the graphic how long that pit stop was? It was quick, so it was quick, and it's still ahead of Perez as well. So he literally had a whole pit stop window. So you know you got Hamilton as second ahead of Perez. Perez will pick up a bit of DRS now, which will help Sergio. To be fair, I'd like to see Sergio try and hang on to the back of Lewis here. Big ask, but Lewis is on fresh hards by the looks of it. The soft is not the tyre, is it? The soft just ain't a vibe today. To be fair, though... Oh, wow. Okay. So the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton is 5 seconds now. Well, it was 5 seconds before the pits. Verstappen lost 3 seconds. Oh, that's such a shame that Red Bull cocked up that pit stop. Because there would have been, 2 seconds then? Yeah, you can see now that Max is right there. Oh, man. That's a lot. That's a missed opportunity. That is a missed opportunity. That would have been very interesting because he must put in a corker of a first lap on them hards, Max. And unfortunately now, I suppose if Sergio can stay close to Hamilton, I'm spitballing here, people. Because I don't think he's within a second though, because he's not going to pick up DRS. And Max will catch Sergio. Oh, Sergio's pitting. There we go. Sergio has reacted. So Max punts in a fastest lap, which now puts him 3.7 seconds behind Lewis. But he's got his tyres, not his laps. McLaren 3-4 at the moment, yes, but they do need to pit again. So again, you would expect them to lose those positions. As Carlos and... So Alex is going to come out pretty close behind Sergio here. I mean, kind of. If Sergio gets caught up, that's the thing. But then he'll probably benefit from DRS from the McLaren. So yeah, I think any chance of an Alex podium is looking unlikely. Please do something and take out Hamilton. That's so annoying because the gap between Verstappen and Hamilton now is 3.7 seconds. And that pit stop was 3 seconds longer than it should have been. So he'd literally be on Lewis now. Here we go. Oh, the Renaults have re-swapped there. Oh, and Ricciardo's going back at him. Renaults are having a bit of a battle here. What's going on? They're just racing each other for the bants. I guess that, I mean, they're not going to, like, what's the point? You know, they're just going to finish where it is, aren't they? So, yeah, Renaults are having a bit of a battle here just for the fun of it. Daniel's got 2 lap fresher tyres and DRS, so I don't know if Ocon's just going to let him past here. Daniel's thinking about the move. I mean, I don't want them to crash into each other, but that would also be dramatic. As Perez goes past Sainz, retakes P4. Again, Sainz does need to stop again. Hopefully Lando, well, so the gap Lando to Sergio is about 3.5 seconds. Interesting. It was quite an easy pass in the end for... McLarens aren't pitting, I guess, I don't know. They're happy to just not pit now and then have more pace towards the end of the race, I guess. Here we go. Ricciardo. Ocon's defending, so they're just racing. I love this. Ocon and Ricciardo just racing. Sick. Love it. Love it. I mean, Ricciardo's got nothing to lose, really, has he? Because he knows he's not there next year. Maybe this is part of the Daniel Ricciardo master plan. Because you know what was it? Was it last week or the week before when I tweeted about it? I was like, Ricardo, I can't remember. He did something and it meant they lost out to McLaren. Maybe that's part of the master plan, you know? Hold up Ocon. I mean, I don't actually think he's doing that. I'm joking. Okay, so when Daniel came out of the pits, he came out right next to Esteban. Interesting. Interesting. But yeah, both McLaren still need to pit. Again, they were quite comfortable. And obviously, the fact that the Renaults are battling. All right, here we go. McLaren pit stop. Norris is in. Albon takes Sainz. Good lads. That's what I like to see. Comfortable. 2.7 for Norris, although Carlos will get a bit of a run on Alex back here now because he's got DRS. Ooh, he pushes him wides. But Carlos has to concede in the end. Lovely jubbly. Alex P4. Continuity is resumed. Didn't lose really too much time. So he's less than 3 seconds back from Sergio. I can't imagine Alex is going to be able to catch Sergio. But we'll see. I pray. That would be amazing. I'm going to eat some more crisps. Russell is doing... I will tell you how Russell is doing. Corey, how baby Russell is doing when the graphic comes up, which should be any second now. He is in P12 again. So behind Bottas and ahead of Giovinazzi. So currently it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Sainz, who needs to pit, Gasly, who needs to pit, Norris, who has pitted, Leclerc, no idea if he needs to pit, Ricardo, Ocon, both pitted, Bottas, oh, here we go, Sainz is in, Bottas, Russell, Giovinazzi, Vettel, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Magnussen, and Latifi. Boom. Crisp time. No! Bad stop signs. 3.9 seconds. Tut, McLaren. Must do better. Sainz ain't going to be happy with that, is he? Vettel's in again. I mean, this track is very abrasive. So I think that's why we're seeing so many pit stops, which is good. If you ask me, the more pit stops, the better. Adds to the unpredictability. Adds to the input the team has directly into the result, because it's a team sport. Look. It's a team sport at the end of the day, isn't it? So... as Carlos goes past Charles. Returns to P7. Again, Gasly is ahead of Norris and Sainz at the moment, but he's on a different strategy. And will pit. But he would actually come out ahead of... it'd be close. I think he would come out just ahead of Sainz if Gasly did pit now. But I'm not sure what their strategy is, so... how do I make those crisps last? I usually don't. It's just because I'm streaming. So I don't want to be eating into the microphone. So I'll just eat, chat, watch, eat. You know what I mean? Anyway, Charles is in the pits, which elevates Bottas to P10. Russell was pitted, so he's now down in 16th. But he must have a whole pit window. Still ahead of Latifi as well. A whole pit ahead. Mad how... oh yeah, I suppose because he had to pit, didn't he, Perez? So Perez to Albon is 3 seconds. Verstappen to Hamilton is 3 seconds. So, and them gaps have been pretty consistent. So they've both got their own. Both Red Bulls have got their own little battles going on here, which could potentially manifest towards the end of the race. I'm hoping, but we will see. Norris is catching Gasly at a rate of knots here, but Gasly surely will have to pit soon because everyone's just gone onto the hards. The hards, obviously, the tyre, but Gasly still doesn't pit. Gasly stays out. Chanaka, I will answer your question, but please don't spam. When Hamilton retires and someone comes to replace him, will Mercedes still be on top? Yes. Yes, they will. Yes, that is my answer to your question. Yes, they will. Come on. Of course they will. They are the best team, and just like a football team. Best football teams attract the best players, you know? Best teams will attract the best drivers. And I think George will do a banging job in that Mercedes one day. Yeah, I've seen some people tell me it's Gutierrez potentially, or Verline, or whatever. I don't know who's going to take that seat. I would like to see the fact that Haas are getting Mazepin and Schumacher in next year. The only thing is, there's F2 next week, right? And the week after. The final 2 races will both have F2 as support. Correct? Or am I incorrect? I don't know. They definitely will be at Abu Dhabi. But I don't know about at the oval that people are calling it. It's not an oval. Is it only Bahrain? Oh, really? What, they're not Abu Dhabi, the F2? Oh, I'll just assume they were. Okay. Well, because surely it would make sense if they can, which I'm assuming, because it's going to be Schumacher Mazepin, isn't it? So, oh, no F2 at Abu Dhabi. That's a bit of a shame. That was the thing, wasn't it? I kind of like the finale there. But whatever. I feel like if they can get Schumacher in that seat for one race, that would be good. But yeah, Bottas moves up to P9, goes ahead of Ocon. Ocon's fighting back though. No, he ain't got. Didn't have DRS. Might have had a chance there on Bottas if he'd had DRS, but he didn't. So yeah, and Ricciardo's gapped Ocon quite a bit here. So it was looking good for Ocon, but it's kind of fallen away. Again, I think a lot of that, to be fair, because Ocon was really good at the start, then fell away. I think a lot of that isn't down to driver pace. I think that's down to tyre management. I think that's down to Ricciardo being much better managing, more experienced at managing the tyres than Ocon. Hence why it's like 1 minute Ocon's like doing better than Ricciardo, and now Ricciardo's gapped him by loads. You know what I mean? That's what I think anyway. Anyway, let's do a recap, everyone. Lap 40. Oh, sorry, we're about to see Sebastian Vettel pass a Haas for 15th or 14th. I mean, that's a bit sad, isn't it? It was good last week, but I had the feeling that was always going to be a one-off last week. Right, Gasly's right up. Norris is right up Gasly's chuff now. Because Gasly's had a lot more, 13 more laps than Lando on those hard tyres. And Lando is going to go around the outside. Lovely move, Lando Norris. Well played, mate. Good job, son. Love it. Anyway, it's Hamilton from Verstappen, 4 seconds between them two. Then Perez from Albon. Albon's 4 seconds behind Perez. Then Norris has just passed Gasly. Gasly needs to pit again, really. He's not going to go to the end of the race on them tyres, sure. He maybe might try and go to the end of the race on them tyres. There's still 12 laps to go. Then Sainz, Ricciardo, Bottas, Ocon, Leclerc, Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Russell, P14, unfortunately. Doesn't look like today's going to be the day. Although Latifi's just gone past Magnussen. by the looks of it. Well done, Nicholas. Oh, wait, has he? I don't even know. Whatever. Yeah, Vettel 15th, Latifi 16th, Magnussen 17th, Raikkonen 18th. Sainz catching Gasly 2 seconds a lap. Interesting. Surely, if it's that much, then I guess the pit window is about 24 seconds, isn't it? Will Gasly pit and try and come through on fresher tyres, or will he just try and stay out? I'm not a statistician. I'm not a tactician. I am not paid to make these decisions, so I haven't got Scooby, to be honest with you. Mazepin's dad has... Yes, Mazepin's dad has money. Money. Like, money. Like, actual money. You know what I mean? THY, do I know why Williams doesn't have a display on the wheel? No, I don't, actually. They haven't had that for a while. They didn't have it last year either. Their display is the wheel moves, but the display isn't part of the wheel. Don't know, probably cheaper. Do I think Albon will get Perez? No, I don't think so. I think that gap stayed pretty consistent. If anything, Sergio's slightly growing that gap. He's got slightly fresher tyres and is inevitably going to be better at managing those tyres than Alex. Alex has kept it though. I feel like if Perez hadn't got him at the start, it could have been the other way around, maybe. But look, obviously Sergio's the better driver than Alex. I don't think anyone's trying to claim otherwise. But Alex has done. I think he's done a solid job. Again, it's easy to say that. Oh, because he's in the better car. I don't think. Again, the Red Bull has a higher ceiling, but it's a much more difficult ceiling for anyone to reach. Hence why Pierre struggled. Hence why Kvyat struggled. Hence why Alex has struggled, you know. Whereas I feel like that... Oh, Alex says rears are gone. He sounds like Lewis. And he is actually falling back a bit. We're still 4.7 seconds now. Rears are gone according to Alex, so... Problem is, if he did pit, he would have to pass Norris and Gasly. Potentially Sainz. Oh, they are going to pit by the looks of it. Onto mediums. Oh no, that's Max. So Max is coming in. So Max has got a pit window. So as long as they don't cock up this stop. There's bare pit stops, which I like. All right. But again, this is the surface. The surface is like sandpaper. All right? It truly is. Lap 47 of 57 we are on. Just so you all know. So Max comes out, bit of clean air there. Got an Alfa Romeo and a Williams ahead of him. Comes out ahead of Perez. Hopefully, what, Max, why don't you... You're not going to get Lewis. Why don't you just, you know, back off and just hold Sergio up to get Alex a podium? No, it's not going to happen, is it? Come on. Because actually, to be fair, could be a bit of an undercut here. If Verstappen's got pace... It could be interesting, hopefully. But yeah, 10 laps to go, people. Why not softs? Because the softs are terrible on this track. Like, I think the softs, they were saying in quality, the softs are only, you get one good lap out of them when you're driving in. And obviously, Verstappen wants to set a quick out lap here. Pick up a bit of DRS from other cars as well. So, but yeah, Albon's definitely losing time to Perez here. So his tyres have definitely fallen off. The thing is, does he risk going into pits and then having to cut through again? That's the question. And then what do Norris, Gasly... See, we know Gasly's tyres are pretty shot as well, because Sainz was catching him really quickly. That's kind of settled off now, though. I feel like it's not worth the risk for Alex to pit again, just because he's going to have to make up those positions. Ooh, Giovinazzi lock up there. Almost went into the back of Kvyat. Eesh. Nice. Lap 48. Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Albon, Norris, Gasly, Sainz, Ricciardo, Bottas, Ocon, Leclerc, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Russell, Vettel, Latifi, Raikkonen, and Magnussen. Is Verstappen catching Lewis? He's not really. He's not really, is he? He's not really. Hopefully Lewis will, pit stop, and they'll have a bit of a dodgy pit stop, and then it will be interesting at the end. I don't even mind if Lewis wins. I just would like to see them battle, But yeah, Sainz has been catching Gasly at a bit of a rate of knots, and now he's firmly in his rearview mirrors. Sainz on the radio. What's he saying? Sainz on the back of Gasly. Monza 2.0. Well, Verstappen is catching Lewis here, because it was 27 and a bit seconds, and now it's 26.1. How is this gonna end? Alex can just sit tight, Verstappen's putting fastest laps in, and he's catching Lewis, but he's got 25.6 seconds in 8 laps, which is just so much time. So I think Lewis is just going to nurse him home, I've just got to nurse him home, innit he? Come on, surely. But yeah, not the most exciting Bahrain Grand Prix of all time. Apart from obviously what happened at the start, obviously. Here we go, live Constructors' Championship. So McLaren, 4 points behind Racing Point as things stand. Renault, 24 points behind McLaren as things stand. So it's going to be between Racing Point and McLaren by the looks of it for that third place. And the thing is, Sainz should get Gasly here as well, so that will be an extra few points as well. Or couple or whatever. So going to be tight. They need Stroll to be performing for Racing Point to get that. They really do. But anyway. Yeah, Alex is going to stay out, I think. I can't see him pitting again. Norris is gradually catching, but it's not going to be... It's not anywhere near enough to catch him by the end of the race. So just covered P4, just... Red Bull will be happy with that, Oh, man. It was Sergio. Perez on the radio is just like, are you falling asleep? Because he's just bored. They're obviously just chilling, Yeah, because Verstappen is closing on Hamilton and dropping Perez, but again, not quickly enough. I mean, Gasly's done well to pull out the distance that he has on these tyres. And Ricciardo is there, but he's still 5 seconds off of Sainz. Sainz is right on Gasly's arse now, though. 7 laps to go. And if Sainz gets this position, he'll finish P6, which 9 positions gained, I think, has to be driver of the day, surely. Obviously, Roman is going to get it, isn't he? And rightly so. We almost lost a man today, Here we go, driver of the day. F1.com/vote. I mean, it's got to be Grosjean, hasn't it? Come on. Grosjean with 38% of the vote already. Mad. But yeah, 51 of 57 done. Yeah, that's it. Grosjean, 38% of the vote. Second, Sergio, 11. Third, Sainz, 11. Yeah, fair as well. But I think Sainz, on the term of the merit vote, Sainz, I think, for me, gets it. Because he had a fault, no fault of his own yesterday, yet he's still able to recover to P6, I think's a mad performance. Very, very, very good from Carlos. Driver of the day, medical driver. Oh, tell me about it. Here we go. Gasly's going to defend this. He ain't going to let him have it easy. though. That's the thing. Carlos has still got time to ruin this. Come on, Carlos. You can do it. Ah, he's got him. Easy. Cut back. There we go. Light work. Bye. Nah, Carlos deserves it. I love Pierre Gasly. He's one of my favourite drivers. But Carlos had a bad day yesterday through no fault of his own. Recovered it incredibly well. GG Carlos Sainz. Definitely credit where credit is due for him. Good little move, that. First corner. Gasly kind of defended the inside. And then Carlos just cut back, and he's just got so much more performance in his tyres. Just slingshotted past him. Light work. Vamos, indeed. Vamos. 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 I don't think he'll be singing Smooth Operator, funny enough, though. Bottas has only been able to recover to P9. Live Driver Championship as well. Perez, P4 with 115. Ricciardo goes up to P5 with 100 points. So it's going to be between Ricciardo. Perez looking odds on there. 15-point gap between Perez and Ricciardo if things stay the way they are. With 2 races to go. So there we go. I can't see things changing from here now, to be honest. Hamilton, 21.2 second gap to Verstappen. Verstappen's made up some time. He's made up about 6 seconds on Lewis since he pitted, but with 5 laps to go, that's nowhere near enough. Perez, 14 seconds back from Verstappen. Alex, 5.7 back from Perez. Norris, 12.7 back from Albon. Sainz, 8 from Norris. Gasly, 3 from Sainz, just been passed. Falling into the potential. Ricciardo could get him here, actually. Ricciardo definitely could get Gasly. I don't reckon Bottas will be able to get Gasly, but I reckon Ricciardo could. Or at least they'll battle, for sure. Because yeah, you got Gasly P7, Ricciardo P8. 2 seconds now, and he's catching him all the time. Bottas P9, Ocon P10. Leclerc P11. Kvyat P12. Considering Kvyat had a 10-second time penalty. It's pretty good. Giovinazzi 13, Russell 14, Vettel 15, Latifi 16, Raikkonen 17, and Magnussen P18. Here we go. Here we go. Well, Grosjean's definitely going to win driver of the day, isn't he? Come on. 37% of the vote there. Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. Sergio's carrying Racing Point. Look. Sergio is proven in that car. Proven in the Racing Point, which will become Aston Martin next year. Proven. No shit. No question of doubt. Stroll is not proven in that car, let's be honest. He's had some very, very, very good performances. Don't get me wrong. But is he proven in that car? No. Also, my battery's about to run out on the camera. So I'm just going to switch the battery around. You will lose me for a second. But you still can hear me. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. EOS utility, whatever it's called, that you will be seeing on your screen. You going to come back on now? EOS webcam utility. There we go. Is Stroll proven in that car? No, he's not. He's quick, but he's not. Oh yeah, Albon's catching Perez here. Albon, why are you catching Perez, bruv? Don't try me like that. Don't try me like that. Don't close the gap to free. Oh no, Sergio. Sergio's got an issue. Sergio's definitely got an issue. Oh no. I'm gassed because this probably means Albon. Perez. Power unit failure. Oh, mate. I mean, yeah. That Racing Point's fucked. I'm gutted for Sergio, but also Alex podium. Yeah, he's gonna have to pull that over, isn't he? That car's dead. That car is Browntown. They're just kicking up. He's not consistently. He's not going to get around the whole lap, is he, Sergio? Oh, mate, that is peak for Sergio, man. Obviously, I'm happy for Alex, but... Oh, okay, Sergio, pull over, mate. That car's on fire. Pull over, Sergio, that car is on fire. Yeah, he's pulled over. Ay. Well, I think this race is probably a VSC. Is it an actual safety car? There we go. Okay. I mean, that could make the end of the race quite interesting. Oh, look, obviously I'm happy for Alex, but that is peak for Sergio, man. He drove such a good race. I'm happy for Alex, but yeah, that's... Oh, mate. I pretty much sums up Sergio's season, doesn't it? Oh, and that's for Racing Point as well. Otmar's got his head in his hands. Otmar is fuming. He's not fuming, he's just upset. So what, he literally just before, just big puff of smoke comes out the back of that Racing Point. Just as literally his worst possible time as well, as it happened just as he was passing the pit lane entrance. Oh, yeah, man. And that whole back of that car is just on fire. Oh, Racing Point. Do we think the race will end under safety car? That's peak for Racing Point, man. I do feel sorry for them. Oh, no, they've got... Oh, man. I don't feel sorry for Racing Point because they stiffed Sergio. I feel sorry for Sergio. Peak times. Oh, well, Lewis is coming into the pits by the looks of it. Is it Lewis coming into the pits or I'm not sure? Yeah, it looks like it's probably going to finish under safety car, doesn't it? Yeah. Because that's the thing, if this restarted, then Verstappen might be able to get Lewis because Verstappen's on much better tyres. But I think it's going to finish under safety car. Because Mercedes have just told Lewis that they're going to stay out and not come in. Oh, that's so peak for Racing Point, man. So I think that's pretty much going to be the final order. They are moving the car, but I don't think they'll move it in time and get Marshall's off track in time either. Yeah, because we're already on 56 of 57. Hamilton, Verstappen, Albon, Norris, Sainz, Gasly, Ricciardo, Bottas, Ocon, Leclerc, Kvyat, Russell, Vettel, Latifi, Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Magnussen. Both Racing Points retire from the race. Perez didn't deserve that, man. Perez drove a sick race. Yeah, it looks like this is it, people. Power unit failure of some kind, and then the whole back of that car just caught fire. There's been quite a bit of car damage today, hasn't there? Quite a bit of car damage. Haas goes up in a... Well, I was concerned. I was worried about Alex, because obviously there could have been oil and shit, coming out the back of Perez's car, but he was fine. He just went past him. Jeez. Marshall ran across the track as well before the yellow flags came out. In front of Lando. Not good. Not good. Because obviously, Albon's gone past the stricken Perez. Lando's next, and Marshall's run from the other side of the track in front of Lando. I mean, I'm sure, like, if Marshall's a human being who chooses to run in front of Otmar's still sat there with his head in his hands, because this has huge repercussions for the constructors' title. Huge. McLaren were licking their lips. McLaren having a field day. Because not only do they move up to P4 and 5 and gain bare points, but Racing Point don't get anything from this weekend. So McLaren are loving life right now. And it will end under a safety car. Am I that bothered? No, because it would have just finished as it had anyway, to be honest. But also, Gasly didn't allow Ricciardo past. So Gasly is going to finish P6, which I think is a quality performance from Pierre as well. Again, when you look where his teammate is, which is happening all but off. Oh, it's funny that. Where's Apparently it's saying that something's stuck under Ricciardo's car, but he's lapping around on the safety car fine. Well, I mean it's been boring, but it's not been boring either, is it? You know what I mean? It's one of them. It's extreme highs and very low lows. But there we go. Lewis Hamilton is about to cross the line. My predictions. Correct, incorrect. Lewis wins. There you go. Done. Albon podium. Yes! Come on. I'm happy with that. Sorry, Sergio, but I'm happy with that. Alex needs that more than you do. Listen, call him lucky all you like, but you got to be there. It happens, doesn't it? Might have been gifted a podium, Infinite TK, but he was still there. I'm sure your favourite driver has benefited from others' bad luck at times as well. So, there you go. But most important thing is that Roman's all right. Because what a horrific start to that race. But anyway, I've been streaming now for 3 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm done. Thank you, Cody Kodak, for the $5. It was fun getting to watch GP with you. Love all your work, mate. Thank you, Cody. Very kind, mate. Appreciate that. Will I do one of these again? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Mickey Mouse podium. What do you mean it doesn't count, Sam? It does count. Shut up. All right? I'm sure your favourite drivers benefited from others, but it doesn't mean it doesn't count because someone else said it. Bollocks. It does count, all right? They all count. And you got to take what you can. He's had bad luck, but he had good luck today. Fair play. Perez didn't deserve that. Does that save Alex's seat? I think, regardless of if Sergio still finishes P3, I still think that's a solid result for Alex. But yeah. Anyway, I'm done. I'm finished. Been a long day. Grosjean's okay, which is the main thing. It's been emotional, people. But thank you all for watching. And will I do my race recap tomorrow? Maybe. I don't know yet. We'll see. Goodbye, everyone. It's been a pleasure.